week on Storyboard, we continue our conversation with Raja Rajmanar, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer, MasterCard, from last week as he speaks about engaging with the consumers by creating experiences such as priceless cities and priceless surprises. And we also speak to Mitch Barnes, CEO Nielsen, about how brands deal with the current media fragmentation and use data effectively for the current marketing scenario to work in their favor. Hello and welcome to Storyboard. This is Shibani Gharat. We begin this episode by sharing a very sad piece of news. Sanjeet Shastri, CEO Publicis Beehive, passed away on Thursday. Sanjeet had founded Beehive Communication in 2003 and he continued to serve as its Chief Executive Officer even after the Publicis acquisition. As a tribute to his long career in advertising, we are playing an excerpt from his chat with us on Storyboard where he is speaking about Beehive being acquired by Publicis Group.
I believe Publicis is structured right for a company like Beehive to be a part of and to make things happen together with Publicis. That's the first reason. Number two, I believe the management of Publicis has the right attitude of giving an organization and a team freedom to work in an open platform. And third, their focus on digital, new media and traditional media is something that we found very exciting.
May his soul rest in peace. Now, continuing with our show, we are bringing to you the rest of our conversation with Raja Rajmanar, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer, MasterCard, from last week. Previously, he spoke about the challenges of digital payment ecosystem in India and how MasterCard is working towards changing the consumer mindset. This week, he speaks to us about how his company is engaging with the consumers by creating consumer experiences such as priceless cities and priceless surprises. Let's take a look at this chat.
So tell me about some of the marketing activities you're bringing, and perhaps you could share, where you got these solutions from.
So the first platform, we call it is Priceless Surprises. Now, marketers have always been talking about delighting and surprising and delighting your consumers. But interestingly, nobody has owned the platform of surprise. So we said, how would we doing it? Because we have got these consumers who are there. And if there is an economical and a scalable, consistent way of surprising people and delighting them, will it change the brand preference? Will it change the brand affinity in any way? So we did first some tests in the US. And what we said is, it works. And we started with Justin Timberlake and on a Grammy Awards. And we started giving surprises to people in the social media. So we identify who are the fans of Justin Timberlake in that context. And we started giving surprises. Like, when you are in your social media news feed, you get a message, hey, here is a priceless surprise from MasterCard. Click on it. When you click, it says, here is a song download, the digital song download that you got available of Justin Timberlake's song. When you click it, it says surprise again. You don't get one, but you get 4 copies of the same song. So you in turn can share and surprise somebody else on your network.
Right. What did you do in India with the
So last
same surprise?
year, we started it and we took a different format because your point is exactly right. Something which happens in the US, the same format might not be equally applicable here. So we did priceless surprise campaigns here in the social media, and we have created something called Digital Marketing Engine, which I'll talk to you in later if you want to. But using that engine, which is all about precision targeting and being in real time, you are engaging with consumers, we created surprises as a part of a campaign to promote travel. So we did social signal at a particular point in time last year, where people were talking about travel to Singapore and travel to Bali as being sort of trending topics. So for both those areas, we said, how can we monetize on that opportunity and engage our consumers? And what we did, we ran a quick video using Anil Kapoor and his daughter.
Right, I saw that, right.
Right? And where we show that Anil Kapoor as a father feels that there is a little bit of a guilt feeling that he has not been paying attention to his daughter enough and breaking promises. And so here is an opportunity for you to really fulfill your promise. So tell us your story. So we are drawing consumers in. And once the consumers come in, some of them were surprising with different kinds of things that they were not even thinking that this was a promotional campaign. whether there are some special airfares or some free freebies and so on and so forth. And the response has been, I would say, between 4 and 7 times than what we would otherwise have for a normal campaign.
You know, you're doing a tremendous amount on digital. So try and help our marketers understand, you know, the role that digital plays in helping build the MasterCard business.
So first and foremost, I don't think it is either this channel, traditional channel like a TV, radio, outdoor, print, or the new age digital channels, right? It's not either or. Both bring very, very unique characteristics, and you need the mix of both. If you are looking for precision, if you are looking for real-time correction, real-time feedback, and therefore ability to course correct, digital is probably the way to go. That's a very important component, but it's not the be-all, end-all. But that's important. It comes with its own risks and downsides. You got brand safety issues, whether you add it next to some bad site that you don't want to be seen in the company of. You have got transparency issues. You have got metrics issues, particularly for some of the walled garden sites. Measurements are a little more challenging. Verification of measurements are a little bit more challenging. So you got those challenges that you got to deal with. On the other hand, in the traditional scenario, you have got viewerships getting more and more and more fragmented. In the past, for example, I would say TV is by far the biggest medium that I would advertise in because it gives me the scale. Even today it gives the scale, no mistake about it. So we are still using TV.
Sure.
But on the other hand, what's happening? Consumers are consuming content more and more and more on digital media of the content which otherwise they would have viewed on TV. Now, if the consumer habit, media habit is changing, I have to be following that and figure out, is it better here, is it better here, or is it something here and some supplement here, or whatever be the combination. So this is one big challenge.
So Raja, tell me your view on advertising and where it's headed today.
Right. Advertising, I remember in my first job, my boss was telling advertising is all about storytelling. And I think he's absolutely right. Consumers are not dying to learn about your product. They don't wake up saying that I need to discover about this brand. They want to be entertained, they want to be informed, and in the process, they get to know the brands. So you tell a nice story with your brand, sort of embedded or woven inside that, right? And now I'm making a bold statement saying that storytelling is dead.
Right.
It's all about story making. Now, why is storytelling dead? I'll tell you, and I'll tell you what story making is. Storytelling is dead because consumers are telling you, I'm sick and tired of your stories. I don't want your stories. I want an uninterrupted experience of whatever I'm viewing. I want to view. You don't come and butt in and interrupt. I don't want that. How do we know? Qualitatively, if you were to see, it's always been there, felt that, consumers are annoyed and irritated with ads. But now they are doing something about it. Quarter 4, 2016, there were 198 million, close to 200 million active users of ad blocks. So these guys have told, I'm shutting you out. 600 million plus mobile devices in Asia particularly are now coming pre-equipped with ad software, ad blocking software. Right. It requires one click and then you are done. That consumer you have been excluded from reaching the consumer. People are now paying money. Not only are they using these ad blocks, they're even willing to pay money to say, get out of my way. The trend is where consumers are telling, I don't want your ads. I don't want your stupid ads. Don't interrupt me. We pursuing that same old route and expecting to get results, I think is crazy. Now, then what is the way to reach the consumers? So one of the ways we started looking at it is don't tell stories, make stories with the consumers. And what does it mean? Create experiences for consumers. Advertising, you're talking about yourself. In this situation, somebody else is talking about you, which is more credible, more authentic, and more impactful.
Do you see story making becoming part and parcel of the business of communication, not just for MasterCard, but for the others as well?
I would believe so.
Yeah.
Already I can tell you, a lot of brands I'm seeing are getting into these experiences. I have seen Airbnb, I've seen Wall Street Journal, I've seen Pepsi. Multiple companies now getting into this experience creation. And I think it's a new trend, absolutely. And if I have to fast forward and see, I think brands will be falling all over themselves to create experiences for their consumers. Not experience as in user experience design but when you are using the product, but experience in the surround systems. And then make the consumer a hero of that experience so that they tell your brand story. I think that's absolutely a trend here there.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Raja.
Thank you.
And hope to see you back in India soon.
Look forward to. Thank you very much. Thank you.
It is time for us to take a short break. When we return, we speak to Mitch Barnes, CEO Nielsen, about effective use of data by marketers and the current market trends in India.